My great-grandfather was famously not a fan of the quality of the pavements on Sample Street in the 1970s. Every time he made the trip into town, he would step out of his Chrysler, look at my mom and her mom, and make the same joke. "Why do they call it Sample Street?" he'd ask. "Is it made of a sample of all of the worst roads they could find in South Bend?" "No," my humorless grandmother would respond. "It's named after Judge Sample." Samuel Caldwell Sample was born in 1796 in Elkton, Maryland. He was the oldest of 11 children, although only 3 would live to see adulthood. By the time he was in his 20s, he was living with his family in South Bend, a place that did not yet have an official name. He lived a pioneer life, studied law, and became a judge in St. Joseph County. Then, in 1843, when north central Indiana was large enough to warrant its own congressional district, Samuel Sample was the first man elected to go to Washington, D.C. from the South Bend area. His time in Washington was brief, just a single 2-year term before he was defeated by a challenger from LaPorte in 1844. It was a brief stint in national politics. You might even call it just a sample. In true pioneer fashion, he was killed by dysentery in 1855 and buried in the South Bend City Cemetery. I wrote the whole story at southbendnewstimes.com.